my name.
DeOndre.
DeOndre.
The one and only.
When they see me, they know that every day when I'm breathing, it's for us to go farther. You know, every time I speak, I want the truth to come out.
Boy, I tell you, in the age of social media and in the age of content creation, it is inevitable that you come across people who just love to make fools of themselves. If they don't love to make a fool of themselves, they make a pretty good living doing so. They just don't know when enough's enough, or they just don't know when to stop doing it. And in this case of this story that I'm about to share with you that I just found out about, referring to this couple, mainly this one YouTuber, the name of Nikki Phillippi. Now, if you're unfamiliar with her, you know, Nikki Phillippi is, you know, pretty big YouTuber. She has well over 1 million subscribers. She pretty much, you know, makes videos about family stuff like cooking, baking, gardening, homemaking, like, you know, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So, you know, she runs a pretty successful channel by the numbers. She and her husband, Dan Phillippi, have been catching a lot of heat. They've been catching a lot of fucking rotten tomatoes being thrown at them over the past few days over a resurfaced video from 2018 that was posted on their channel. And it's still posted on their channel in regards to the video being titled, "We're Not Adopting from Thailand Anymore." In this video, the couple pretty much goes over the reason behind their decision not to adopt a baby from Thailand. They were initially going to adopt a child from Thailand. They then changed their mind and they realized that they wouldn't be legally allowed to share any footage of the child on social media for up to a year after the adoption. Okay, now this is regulations mandated by the Thai government. So, you know, this is pretty legal stuff. Like, this is, you know, serious shit. And you know, obviously can't break those rules or otherwise there are repercussions. I'll show you a little bit of the video just so that you kind of know what I'm talking about if you haven't seen it, because honestly I haven't seen it prior to, you know, the past few days, because obviously, as you guys know, I don't watch shit like this. I think family content creators, family channels, really couple channels, I think those are honestly the cringe of the internet, and I refuse to be a part of it, you know, and it's for reasons like this.
Not adopting from Thailand. Whoa.
Sorry.
Yeah. So okay.
First road bump in the adoption process.
Or first big road bump. So we are still adopting. We're just not adopting from Thailand anymore. So
you want to explain why?
Explain why.
I just love how we're only admitted in some change into this video, and you can already tell the awkwardness of this fucking video.
Started following us from us sharing.
Oh yeah, it's like this is a good thing. What we're telling you ultimately.
So we would have been in a lot deeper than
this change. Yeah, the country change.
I just hate this type of shit. The back and forth, you know, not knowing what the fuck you're gonna say, looking at each other like with this awkward look of I hate this kind of shit. And you guys better be lucky I give a fuck about you guys, man, because I wouldn't be doing this. This video makes my ass crack itch. I feel the secondhand awkwardness from this video.
You're back an email. I'm like, is this basically just saying like not to share any information about our future child until they're officially ours? Because I didn't say this, but I'm like, that's what I deemed like common sense. Like when we get matched with a kid and we have the picture and the information, I wasn't planning on sharing that just because who knows, that kid may end up not being our kid and then they could be with someone else, and we didn't want to like violate someone's privacy that isn't like our kid. Thailand has its own law that's unique to it, that after you pick up your child and they're your child, you are not allowed to talk about them or share any images, photos, videos, anything about them online for a year. So
I mean, Nikki's got a YouTube channel. We share a whole lot.
Wait, hold on.
Yes, hold on, because we have a lot to talk about. So what she's talking about is the fact that Thailand does have their own law in which you are not allowed for a year to post about, talk about the adoption, talk about the child in any way, shape, or form for a year. Social media, all of that. In the video, you can clearly see her husband, you know, say, yeah, you know, after she pretty much spells out the whole point behind this fucking video. He basically comes out and pretty much admits, like, yeah, like, you know, she's got a YouTube channel, so, you know, we kind of share a whole lot, so that's gonna kind of be an issue, because if we can't talk about this fucking kid, then what the fuck are we gonna talk about? That's how these family channels think, right? They have to overshare every fucking thing for clicks and likes and views. So if we can't talk about this child, you know, then what the fuck are we gonna talk about? You can tell that she knows how this is coming across, right? Or maybe she doesn't know, but at some point, I mean, the self-awareness here. This, honestly, this is the kind of video that you really didn't need to post, man. It's a 26-minute video. I'm obviously not gonna show the whole fucking thing, but, you know, I really just wanted to kind of, you know, hone in on a couple things, because this pretty much encapsulates everything that I hate about family channels, man, because of the oversharing, the fake laughing, you know, the awkwardness, just the overall cringy feel of this shit, man. It just makes my goddamn ears, you know, want to just crawl into a ball and go into my skull. Like, it just makes my eyes want to just fall out of the socket. Now, according to the couple in the video, they didn't feel comfortable with the idea of the Thai government being involved in their family post adoption. And she does say in the video that it came down to the fact that she could make some people mad, or there could be some cultural differences that end up making someone decide, oh, we actually don't want you to have our kids, so they are coming home. We just want the ability to do what we want to do without possibly causing harm or repercussions to other people and an entire organization for that matter. Now, since this video has come out, or since this video has been resurfaced, now at the time when they posted it, I don't really believe that it really took off negatively when they first posted. Now, mind you, this is from 2018, so a lot of time has passed since then. You know, we're talking like, you know, pre-pandemic here, you know what I mean? So a lot of shit has gone down since this video has been posted, but you know, the internet is always gonna internet, baby. And this video came right back up, and since this video's resurfaced, people have been very quick to point out how problematic their content has been. Right now, mind you, this whole situation, this video was posted only weeks after their last situation that they had posted about, in regards to the backlash that they caught from having to put down their healthy bull terrier that they had for about 10 years. Now, on May 4th, they posted a video that was immediately hit with a bunch of outrage, as any video about, you know, a dog being put down or any type of animal being killed or whatever, right? Like, that's obviously going to be met with a lot of backlash. And what happened is Nikki wrote on her Instagram saying that, you know, we have some really sad news, and they basically explained that her and her husband decided to euthanize their dog. And the reason why they decided to do that was because apparently the dog had a really aggressive side. You know, he ended up biting their kid. After a lot of counsel, they decided it was time for the dog to be put down. We didn't want to make this decision, as I'm sure you can imagine. You know, their announcement was met with a bunch of resistance from a lot of people around the internet. A lot of people were saying that, you know, they didn't really think that the dog needed to be put down. If anything, a lot of people were saying that maybe the dog could have been rehomed. She came out and said that the dog was too old to be rehomed, so this was pretty much their only option. There was also a petition to demonetize the YouTube channel, and there was about 25,000 signatures in just a few days in order to do that. So these two are no strangers to controversy and drama on their channels. The lack of self-awareness, once again, is just mind-boggling to me, because at what point do you just shut the hell up and just make content that isn't so fucking ridiculous? Like, you didn't have to do any of that. Now, granted, I'm not in these people's homes. I don't fucking know their lives. You know what I'm saying? I barely even knew they existed until a few days ago. Seeing all this shit, it just makes me wonder, why do people even bother watching this type of content in the first place? Like, what do you actually get out of it besides cringe?
We literally were like,
Yeah.
what? So we're like going around the house. We're like trying to figure out how this could work. Like, hashtag baby blur face. Like, what are we gonna do? Dan's like, maybe we could deal with that for a year. And we're talking about it, and we're like, all right, let's pray about it. Let's sleep on it, and then let's see how we feel.
So because you weren't going to be able to exploit the child for likes and views, you decided to say, you know what? Yeah, maybe this isn't going to work, and you guys decided to send the child back. But before you decided to do that, you wanted to prey on it. And that's another thing I really don't like, is when people try to use, the God thing, when people try to use God and, oh, I'm going to prey on it, knowing damn well that you knew you weren't going to keep the kid the second that they said that you weren't going to be able to post the child on social media. You knew it the second that they said it. So all of this is really for nothing. That's really what people are really upset about in regards to this video. I can tell that the hate for these two is very strong because of the fact that she's taken the comments off of every single video. So the comments are turned off, like on every video. And she has a shit ton of them. I was even going through even old videos, and the comments are turned off. So, and there's only really a handful of reasons as to why a YouTuber would want to cut off all of their comments. And I don't know if she's always had the comments turned off, or if she or they or maybe just recently turned them off amidst all of this shit that's happened. That's a pretty telling sign when they decide to turn comments off. So she must have been getting completely blasted. And honestly, she's lucky that I can't tell how many people have disliked the video, because I'm sure that the dislikes on this video, the ratio would be immaculate. That's really what, like I said, going back to the whole point of this whole video, the people are really upset at the fact that it just sounds, even if that wasn't how they intended for it to sound, it just sounds so fucked up. The fact that you couldn't put the child on social media, you couldn't talk about the kid, you couldn't put him in your fucking videos, you decided to just send it back like it's a fucking shirt at Target or something. It just doesn't come off well. And it's just what are you guys thinking? The fact that you posted this, the fact that you filmed this video, you drug it out so long, you edited it and posted it shamelessly without anyone really giving a fuck. This really could have been just a bad idea in your head, and you could have just left it alone. But the fact that you posted it, is having a lot of people pissed off, because it's why the fuck would you even share that? That just sounds it just sounds very disgusting. Pretty much after this video was posted and people kind of found it, people on Twitter were really letting them have it and basically saying, this is just disgusting. Imagine being this awful and not even realizing it. People shouldn't even have houseplants. Child dodged a bullet. They would be terrible parents. I'm not all that familiar with the Thailand ban. I don't know if it was temporary or if it's still in effect. I have absolutely no idea. I wasn't even aware of it until I was doing this video. So it just doesn't come off right. It just comes off very view hungry and just cringe, man. This didn't need to be said. It didn't need to be said. I mean, this video could have really been wrapped up in 5 minutes. But obviously, these people have to drag out videos for the mid-roll ads. Just to try to stuff as much YouTube ad revenue in there as they can. They can't just get to the point. And that's also another reason why I can't stand that fucking content. So I know this might seem as me coming off as a hater or something, but I genuinely don't like it. It really makes my ass hurt, when I look at this kind of stuff, which is why I try to avoid it at all times. The fact that they said this out loud as if it wasn't insane is even more crazy. And the fact that it's only a year. You can't make other content for a year. They didn't. The law never said, or the ban never said that you couldn't post them ever. It just said for a year. So for 1 year, 12 whole months, 365 to 66 whole days, you couldn't make content about anything else. I just don't understand that. I just don't get why you would do that. Video is just difficult to watch. Even the clip that's just been floating around on social media, it's just hard to watch, especially if you are the parent of an adopted child or anything like that. It's just, you just can't watch it without it just infuriating you. And again, family channels are literally the definition of exploitation. And half the time they're just exploiting the children. And I know several channels off the top of my head who do it and are doing it still to this very day. This video is really just a bunch of just hodgepodge, just BS. But the real meat and potatoes of it is really talking about this whole adoption thing. And it got a lot of people triggered, as I'm sure it will be for anybody, because it's a sensitive thing, you know what I mean? This whole adoption stuff. So very interesting that they would decide to post a video like this. Since they posted it, it's gotten over 300,000 views. So a lot of people have seen it, but it was a video that just didn't need to be made, man. And from what I've been hearing, you know, she really isn't the brightest bulb in the box. Kind of puts herself in the wrong light a lot of times with some of the shit that she says and does. And, you know, it's just been a really wild ride for her channel. And to be honest, I'm very surprised that it's still running. I don't know what is going to happen with her channel right now, especially with this resurfaced video, but you know, overall, the whole thing just seemed very like it was done in poor taste. Overall, what was the point of this video? Like, what was this video going to do besides piss off people who, number one, don't like you anyway, and who are in situations just like this? Like, I mean, it just didn't make any sense to post this. And you would think that you would, like, delete the video or, like, you know, maybe move the video to, like, a different site or something, or maybe make it for members only or something, but like she still has the video up there. Whoa, that was a major voice crack, but she still has the video up there. It's not gone. Like, you can watch it, you can like it, you can dislike it, I mean, you can share it. It has all kind of shit. Like, you can do whatever you want with it. It's still there. The fact that she didn't take it down, like, is very telling to me. So, let me know what you thought about this down below, man, in the comments. I just really thought that this was an interesting video because, like, what the fuck, you know? And to think that this whole thing came about after they were already in hot water for putting their dog down, and they had posted about it. And then, like, weeks later, they talk about not adopting this kid from Thailand because they wouldn't have been able to exploit it, which is the sole purpose for any of these fucking channels out here that do content with their kids and family. Like, it's the whole point of it. And I'm gonna keep saying it until it reigns true in your head, because it literally is that. I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I'm gonna end this video. But let me know what you think about this down below in the comments, man. This is absolutely crazy. Anyway, stay lit, believe in God, believe in yourself. Everything else will work out for itself, man. Peace.